going on YouTube gang? It's Melo DFS coming to you live and direct, here to give you my favorite plays for DraftKings and FanDuel for today. We got a 2-game main slate. Today is the 31st. Hope everybody's having a great day. Feel free to like the video, please subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon to always stay notified for new videos, and also if you like these tools, click the link in the description to sign up for Draft Dashboard tools. Let's get right into it, y'all. Going my first play, going at point guard. We'll look at a safe floor play for Dragic in his play against Milwaukee. It's a 6,500 on FanDuel, 66 on DraftKings. Now I like this play more so as a fast pace game for Miami in this spot. It's at 98.5 in pace. As you can see, Milwaukee's pace is 105.1, so it's a great positive pace for Miami here, and he has been balling for the playoffs. He had 35, 41 in the last 2 games. So if he could give you that 30 floor and go up to 40 plus, again, I could definitely pay up this price tag. He's 32.3 projection play with a 5 times value spot. And in his history against Milwaukee, he did have a 45 fantasy point game previously, so something to consider here. I like Dragic in this play. We got to keep in tabs with Eric Bledsoe because right now he's questionable, and if he's out, you could look at like a George Hill at 4,400 on FanDuel, 42 on DraftKings, in which, you know, getting the minutes, he can also pay up this price tag. He did have a 23 last game against them, but then again, this could be a great floor play. We need some savings at point guard for George Hill. And then we got some other notables. We got Kendrick Nunn at 42 and even 4K on DraftKings. Something to consider with Nunn. I mean, he hasn't been getting the minutes, but when he does, as you can see, his history against Milwaukee is something to consider. He had 24, 29, 38 in the last 3 games. So if he gets the minutes, he shows he could do some damage against his team. So I wouldn't fade Nunn because, you know, in the 2-game slate, you have to look different. So I like Kendrick Nunn here just for a nice little punt play, but could give good value in this spot for today. All right, let's go into our shooting guards for today. I mean, we have James Harden once again, but if you want to pivot down, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a horrible game last game. He only had 10 fantasy points, which was horrible. Killed a lot of people's lines, even my line. He's 7,300, which is still too cheap. He's 71 on DraftKings. Even at that last dud, you know, he could bounce back here. He had an awful game, but as you can see in this series against Houston, he had a 40, a 54, a 43 in the past 4 games. Something to consider here. So it's like a bounce back game, as they're horrible against shooting guards. Hopefully he can get his shooting right and pay up this price tag for Shai in this spot. Of course, you got Chris Middleton. Like I said, if Eric Bledsoe's out, then Chris Middleton will be that guy to definitely consider to load up. I mean, on FanDuel, he's too cheap. He's 6,800 on FanDuel, but on DraftKings, they priced him up to 7,900, in which he's that guy. If he gets the usage if Eric Bledsoe's out, in which he had a 49 fantasy point game previously against Miami. He had a 22, but he had a 35, 45, 41. So he has great stats against Miami. So somebody you could definitely consider at this price tag on both platforms, but real valuable without Eric Bledsoe in the mix. So I like this play for Chris Middleton as well. And of course, you got a nice little pivot if you want to go to like a Tyler Hero. Once again, he has been consistent in the playoffs, and he's 5,200 still a great play. He's 55 on DraftKings, and he's been real consistent. You know, he had 30, 25, 28, 26 in the last 4 games in the playoffs. So I like this play for Hero to just be a consistent value play for your lines for today. All right, let's go to our small forwards. Of course, we got Giannis going against Miami. Let's check out his stats. When he has, you know, he can hit you with some floor plays here. He had a 50, a 39, a 70, 53, a 75 in the last 5 games against Miami. And like I said, but it's going to be a play where you want to pay down because, you know, the pace is not going to be to their caliber. You know, it's going to be a negative pace for the Bucks against Miami as they play slow ball. So this could actually hurt his price tag at 11,500. So only way I like this play, if Eric Bledsoe's out, is going to give a huge usage for Giannis. So far for the season, he has 38% usage a game. So something to consider if Eric Bledsoe's out. But if you want to pivot down, I like Jay Crowder here. Checking out, he's probable, but he should suit up for this match in game 1. So 4,700 on FanDuel, 45 on DraftKings, in which he could pivot. He has a great play. He has 22, 28, 38, 24, 23 in the last 5 games. So it's a nice value spot here if you just need some value to load up elsewhere. I like Jay Crowder in the spot. Another guy to also consider here will be Darius Baisley. He can bounce back in this spot. He's only 3,600 on FanDuel, 38 on DraftKings, in which he could be a great play. He had 28 last game, even though everyone else couldn't get the shots up. You know, Baisley, he paid up his price tag. He's still too cheap, in which he could hit that 9+, a 9 times value play. So hopefully he could do it once again, because it's a nice little value play for today and small forwards. All right, let's go to our power forward position. So we got Bam Adebayo. He's 8K on FanDuel. He has 77 on DraftKings, which is still a great play. He had 46, 40 in the last 2 games for the playoffs, but going against Milwaukee, he does show some upside here. He did have a 44, a 47, even a 34 in the last 5 games against Milwaukee. So somebody could definitely consider here is Bam, especially in this price tag on DraftKings, in which he's looking at a 39.4 projection play, but still great spot to look into for your lines against the Bucks. Of course, another guy that has been finally bouncing back in his plays is Robert Covington. He is 5,600 on FanDuel, 58 on DraftKings, which I always like Covington in the 5K range. As you can see, last game he had a 43 fantasy point game. He's finally getting out that stride. You know, he's finally increasing. You know, he had a 27 last game, 20 previously, so he's finally paying that price tag up. So try to get him while he's hot before he hits that 6K range once again. But like this price tag, if he stay in the 5K range, because he could give you value in the in the front court of the team. So Robert Covington is still a great play to look into for your lines for today. And let's go to our last play, going to our centers. Of course, we got Brook Lopez. Like I said, if Eric Bledsoe's out, it could still be a great play. They're gonna need Brook Lopez to step it up in the front court in this play against Miami. But as you can see, he does well. He had 33 both games. He even had a 29 in the last 4 games against Miami. So at this price tag at 5,700, but even 53 on DraftKings, something to consider here, as he's been consistent also in the playoffs, as he's going to pay up. He's been paying up value in his price tag. So I like Brook Lopez, and also like Steven Adams is somebody also to consider here against a horrible front court with Houston. So hopefully he can step it up and help this team get this W, as he could show upside as well. So I like both of these guys. And if you want to go for the pivot play, I like Kelly Olynyk at 39 on DraftKings. I think he's a great play on DraftKings, in which he could give you that 8 times value spot. But even FanDuel, if you want to go with a punt play, Kelly Olynyk, somebody could consider here. So these are my plays for today, y'all. Like the plays, give a thumbs up. Any questions, comment below using Draft Dashboard tools. So you want access to my player pool, click the link in the description to get to that access. Click on the watch players. You'll see watch Mel's DFS picks button up top for either DraftKings or FanDuel. And you get also MLB, NHL, NBA, and NFL on the way, y'all. So I love y'all. Y'all collect that bag for today. It's Melo DFS, and y'all stay blessed. And I'll see y'all in the next video.